Well, hello friends, and welcome back. If you have been around here for any amount of time, then you have seen me try to combine my daughter's bedrooms not only once, but 2 or 3 times. And we've just never been at the point of it sticking. But I feel like we are maybe finally at that point. Seasons are definitely shifting in our home, and we no longer have a newborn and a toddler. We no longer have 2 toddlers even. We have a 3 and 5-year-old. One is in big school and the other's in preschool, and they have just really enjoyed having sleepovers a lot lately. So between that and the influx of toys that they have received for Christmas, we have kind of told them, if you guys can successfully have sleepovers for so many nights in a row, then we will consider. Like, it really had to be something that they wanted. So in the past, it's been something that Mama really wanted because we don't have great storage in our home, and I am just not the best at staying on top of toy rotation, if I'm being honest. This one had to be from them, and it very much has been. They were sick for about a week, so during that time we made sure that they slept in their separate rooms and in their beds, just to get the most rest that they possibly could. But since they've been feeling better, they have had consecutive sleepovers for 3 or 4 nights now, and it's gone well. They stay put in their sleeping places after we leave the room. They're not up jumping around and going crazy. And for the most part, they do okay. They've been staying in there and sleeping through the night. I asked each of them individually today. I kind of separated them and made sure that they weren't feeling pressured one way or another. So both convinced me that they really wanted it. And I told them, once this bed is moved again, it's not coming back out. So I hope that that is the case. I'm just really glad that you're here. So I'm going to go ahead while they are out of the house for a little bit. They went to an appointment and my husband took them. And I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity while they're not like trying to help me. You know, they're big helpers, but you know, I'm going to go ahead and move all of the toys out of the way, or as much as I can, and then the extra bedding and things, and try to figure out where this second bed will go. The trick is that one is a twin size bed and one is a full size bed, and it's not a large room. There's windows on 2 walls, a closet on the 3rd. So anyways, we're just gonna figure it out, and I'm excited to take you along. So let's get started. The last few years of our lives have been very focused on stabilizing. So like on learning how to be home with very young children and learning how to hold that role well. I worked full-time in the workforce before being home full-time with 2 kids. When my second was born is whenever we decided that it was time for me to stay home, which is what I'd always wanted to do, but we just didn't feel like my income was worth sacrificing at that point. Now I probably feel differently, and at the time I did too, but we had to get on the same page and life had to line up for that to work out. So over these last few years, I've spent a lot of time figuring out how to cook from scratch, how to care for our home, how to create systems that supported our days instead of overwhelming them. That's not to say that we haven't had many days and parts of our days that are still very overwhelming. With 2 young children, that's just kind of gonna happen by default. But there was an art to being home full-time that I did not understand at first, one that really required slowing down, paying attention, and letting go of the idea that I had to do it all perfectly. I think whenever I considered staying home and always had that desire to, I thought very much about the homemaking aspect, not so much about the mothering aspect. One is very self-focused and things that I enjoy. The other requires a lot of selflessness. So a lot of this past season has been very quiet and honestly very inward, very retrospective. It was about building this foundation for our home, for our family, and really for myself. But it was also a season deeply led by the Lord. So through a lot of prayer and discernment, our life has continued to unfold in ways that I really could not have planned. And as time has passed, I realized that faithfulness doesn't always look the same in every season. First, we make sure it functions. Then we'll make it pretty. What once felt essential has now shifted, so what once defined our days may no longer fit. And that doesn't mean that anything was wasted. It simply means we're growing. And as my girls get older, our home needs to work differently too. Sleep needs to be quieter. Play needs more room. There's a growing sense of independence that we are learning how to support and honestly really enjoying. Combining their bedrooms and creating this separate play space feels like a small change, but it really carries so much meaning for me. It's a reminder that homes are allowed to evolve, that the systems that once held us steady can be reworked as life changes, and honestly should be. I'm grateful for the season that shaped us, for the stability, the simplicity, and the lessons it taught me. And I'm learning to trust the gentle unfolding of what comes next. I'm not rushing it. I'm not naming it too quickly. Just tending to what's right in front of us and making room. Okay, so as you can see, we are already fully enjoying the playroom. The girls were very excited about the sleeping room, now too, the bedroom, true bedroom. Anyways, we have some figuring out to do because they both got those really cute vanities for Christmas and we only have a place for one right now. So because of the wardrobe that the TV sits on in their room, I'm trying to figure that part out. And I'm trying not to move our whole house around before making absolutely sure that this is going to work. So for right now, I thought that the other vanity could just live in this playroom, but there's literally no room in this playroom for anything else. So right now it's hanging out in our living room, and we'll just figure that out as we go. And also as we take down Christmas, I'll be able to breathe a bit more. Our house will be able to breathe a bit more, and we will see what we have and what we can get rid of. And yeah, I'm just really loving the functionality of this and excited to see how it serves our family in this new season of life. So tomorrow morning we will get started on taking down Christmas little by little. The girls' rooms have had it taken down as I've switched everything around, so that's done. Hallelujah. You need to get what you get and then go back to bed. Alright, so last night after the girls went to their new room for bed, I started taking down some Christmas things. I took down our big balloon garland, and yeah, I've just kind of started like gathering things and putting them all in one location, which is a bit chaotic, but then I'll probably just bring all the bins in at one time and pack things up. So we're going to continue with that now that the morning is underway and the girls are getting settled in. We have a grocery order in like an hour, so I'm just going to get done what I can and hopefully start to put my living room back together. Like everything kind of has its flow and its rhythm and everything is in its home except for the living room. So let's get to work.
Best of both worlds.
The day that it was going to be down to like something like that.
And I'll say it like fireman that.
Let's get one of these.
Hey, well, you have to be careful with this head. Hello. Annie, you hear me. I saw some petty painting and clay when I
Hey, would you?
No, that was being tucked up. Hard to hear when you're doing it. It's okay. It'll come back at Christmas. So in the middle of all else, we're closing out the year 2025 with my first baby absolutely not being a baby anymore. We launched fully into big kid today because she had to have some dental work done, which resulted in her top 4 middle teeth being extracted, and none of them were even loose. And so it feels so like we've just kind of been gypped a little bit because that milestone was rushed slightly, but we know that it's what's best for her health long term. So we are doing our very first tooth fairy event tonight. We don't do a lot of stuff like that. If you're around here often, then you know, but I got this literal tooth fairy from online at Walmart, and the little pocket on the shirt holds the teeth. So we're gonna leave her sitting by the bedside, and then we named her, what did Rosie name her? Fairy Sparkle. This is Fairy Sparkle. And so we will give our teeth to Fairy Sparkle tonight, and in the morning we will have some sweet surprises left for us. So all in all, nothing here is finished yet. There's still things in the room that I want to make more functional, a bit more personalized for each of the girls. There's just things that around our house that I'm still really working on. I mean, I have never been a minimalist, but I am really trying to declutter and simplify the way that our home flows, which is doing so much good for my heart. And Christmas is mostly down, but there's still a few lingering items around our home. And yeah, so like I said, nothing here is finished yet, but it feels like we are making space. We're making space in our home and in our routines, in our systems, in our lives, in our schedules, and our calendars, and that for right now is enough. We're making space for whatever is next, and I cannot wait to share more with you as we go into a brand new year. So I hope that you've enjoyed this, and if you have, that you would like and subscribe. I would love to have you stick around. But regardless, I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are, and I'll catch you next time. Bye guys.